Good afternoon. I'm Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com.
And I'm Taylor Shrontz, and I am a trader at T3, and I'm on Scott's desk.
And what we like to do now in the afternoon sometimes is go over a trade that has worked, a trade that we've been incubating, a trade that has a technical setup that we love to put on our A-list. Now this is a great trade to talk about because Taylor, who's on my desk,
Yes.
who is inexperienced but is gaining more experience every single day, is learning how to use different time frames, learning how to be involved just for the day, be involved in some options, and also taking cash flow from a specific action. Now, how long ago did you start buying the DNDN calls?
About a week ago, we did.
Okay, about a week ago we started accumulating these DNDN calls because the stock had started with a very powerful pattern. If you look here at this stock, you will see, on the chart, it had a really big move to start 2012. So someone got very excited, went up from the low, I think this is even fives, up into this $13 range, and then it started to go sideways, started to hold up, started to get really tight, and had a few different false starts. Now, every single day, Taylor, we've come in, and what was the trigger point that we've talked about getting aggressive if it hits?
About 15 was my word. That's where I was looking to get aggressive.
Okay, and why 15 to 15.20? Why was the pivot in your mind? Why was that the pivot?
There were 8 days of consolidation happening, and the
take a look at the chart there.
Of that area was about 15.20, so I was looking to get aggressive around there.
So now at 15.20, you look at a huge gap, okay, back from last summer, from 30 all the way down. That 15.20. Why, when it gets in this gap on heavy volume, do you get excited? What typically takes place?
To me, something has changed in the trade, and a lot of buyers are usually coming into that area, so that's why I'm looking.
And what happens to the short interest? They get a little worried, right?
I don't know how to answer that. If I was short, I would be worried, yes.
Okay, so with the 20% plus short interest, you get worried. So
correct.
Basically, we've been involved in the stock, but sometimes it gaps at night, so that's why we took some of the in-the-money calls. But with that, you could also wait for the intraday action. If you look here on the chart, you'll see it was a great intraday trade. I have to give some props to Mark Sperling. He's been incubating this trade, meaning he's been holding it in this space, getting ready to pounce. It went above this 15.20, and now it's up at around 16.70. You take a quick look at the 5-minute chart, you will see, wow, this started off negative, woke up real quick. I think we started talking about it right around here. So even if you missed the first part of this move, which woke it up, where you saw a lot of 30-minute volume coming in, you could have been a buyer at 15, 15.50 and made a lot of money. So at this particular point, what tier do you have left of options? If just say you had, tier 3 in calls, what are you down to?
I'm about tier 1.5.
Okay, so tier 1.5, meaning you booked some of the trade. If you were playing it intraday, stock-wise, what tier are you in?
Stock-wise, I'm tier 1 right now.
Okay, what were you at tier when we went through that buy price of about 15.20?
Tier 3.
Okay, so that's why we use a tier system. You could buy through the pivot high of 15.20, then you could peel off some tiers as the trade works, and you could stay with it. This is one of the best patterns, I believe. If you look at this daily chart one more time, this is why we play this game. You talk about patterns to love. Big move, sideways action, continuation. This type of pattern is something you should get excited about as a trader.
All right, Scott, so are you going to be holding this until tomorrow?
Half the options and probably tier 1 in the stock because anything happens, especially in a stock like this overnight. Have a great day trading, guys.